morning everyone.
Good morning. Guys, Monday morning है, we know, but थोड़ी energy दिखाओ.
Good morning मैं बोलता हूँ उसके बाद रिपीट करते. Good morning everyone.
Good morning.
By the way, साहिल आज तो बहुत अच्छे से ड्रेस अप होके आया. What's the big deal?
वो बात ऐसी है ना, मैंने एक सेशन अटेंड किया था जहाँ पे मैंने फर्स्ट इंप्रेशन, ग्रूमिंग और हेयर स्टाइल के बारे में जाना था.
अच्छा, ये कौन सा सेशन है? मुझे भी अटेंड करना है.
You might know him. His name is Arambh.
Oh yes, Abhyam sir. I know about him. He has graced silver screen in many of blockbuster films such as The Legend of Bhagat Singh, Vazandar, and Sarai Samara, many more.
You are right, but he is also recognized as India's most handsome personality in 2017-18 फ्रॉम डीएनए न्यूज़पेपर। और इतना ही नहीं, उन्होंने बहुत सारे एडवर्टाइजमेंट में काम किया, जैसे कि LIC, ICICI, HDFC और एयरटेल में भी, और वो एक मॉडल भी है।
Yes, that's right. He is the founder of the school, Abhyang's School of Model and Training, जहाँ पे उन्होंने 35,000 plus Indian students को train किया।
So we have our guest. I request Dr. Kumar sir to felicitate Abhyang sir.
So apart from all these, he is a very good human being and he is a very good motivational speaker, right? Apart from, because we want to bring him not because of his celebrity title. We want to bring him here because he is a very good motivational speaker, because I attended his last program. It was really, really amazing, right? So once again, give him a very big clap.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, Abhyang sir, please continue with your session. Thank you.
Here?
Good morning, everyone. Okay, first of all, good morning. A little more energetic good morning will be better. मैं कई सालों से रेडियो पे भी एक आरजे की तरह काम करता हूँ। मिर्ची लव का रेडियो का पोस्टर बॉय अभी मैं ही हूँ, जो शो हर सुबह 7 से 11 बजे पूरे देश में आता है। फिलहाल पुणे में बंद है, बट इट्स स्टिल एयरिंग अक्रॉस द कंट्री। तो हम शुरुआत जब करते हैं सुबह सुबह, तो हम बड़े ज़ोर से गुड मॉर्निंग कहते हैं रेडियो पे, ठीक है? तो उसी तरह से कहना चाहूँगा ताकि आप सब लोग एक बार उठ जाएं। 104.2 मिर्ची लव से मैं हूँ रेडियो का पोस्ट बॉय अभियान। वेरी गुड मॉर्निंग। बड़ा वाटला जरा कहला। चलिए, so let's begin, and before I start, I'd like to know how many of you here don't understand English at all? Raise your hands. Don't understand English at all? Little bit. How many of you here don't understand Hindi at all? Okay. And how many of you here don't understand Marathi at all? चला, सगळं सेशन मराठी. Okay, wonderful. So I'm going to keep a mix of all the 3 languages, basically, so that it becomes easier for us to keep it interesting and to make it a little interactive as well. Now my sessions always are very, very interactive. तो इसमें ऐसा नहीं है कि बस आप देख रहे हैं मुझे और सुनते जा रहे हैं और शायद सो भी रहे हैं पीछे, आंखें बंद है, कान से सुन रहे हो, प्रवचन कीर्तन नहीं हो रहा है यहाँ पे। तो आपको भी बीच में मैं सवाल पूछूंगा जो मैं चाहता हूँ कि आप उसके जवाब भी दें, ठीक है? सो आई एम गोइंग टू क्विकली, डू वी हैव अ माइक दैट कैन गो इनटू द ऑडियंस, or maybe you can just get up and talk. I just want to listen to your voice once and just your names one by one quickly. Can we do that? Yeah, just so that I know whom am I talking to other than just students. Okay, let's begin quickly, starting from you here. अच्छा, you are seniors आपको? चलिए, yes. Okay, next. I think you can sit down and talk. You don't need to get up. बहुत टाइम लगेगा, इसी में सेशन खत्म हो जाएगा वरना। हाँ, okay. ब्रेकफास्ट किया था? सुनाई नहीं दिया इसलिए. ओके. Others? Next.
Myself Kavya.
Okay.
Myself Naitul.
Okay.
Myself Payal Navle.
Okay.
Akshay Power.
I'm Tamanna Panjwani.
My name is Vaibhav. Dushyant.
Shreya. I'm Sai. I'm Sam. I'm
Okay. Mm-hmm.
myself Aliyasha. I'm Bhumi.
Hello, I am Aniket. I am Sarthak Bhivandikar.
Myself Parikshit Charjan.
My name Chaitanya.
Jayip Sheikh.
लास्ट बेंच पे कौन है? सीनियर्स. ये दोनों सीनियर्स हैं. ओके. तो सीनियर्स इंट्रोड्यूस नहीं करते खुद को. मैं तो नहीं जानता हूँ आपको.
प्रथमेश जाधव.
बता ही दो.
Anurag.
ओके.
Myself Jay Phonde. Myself Shiraz Thakre. Myself Abhishek. I am Sushil Pawar. Mohammad Ashik. My name is Prashant.
I am Prasad.
Myself Sujal.
Myself Rubus.
My name is Asar.
My name is Patil.
My name is Nanaur Sudhakar.
My name is Prasanna.
Hello,
वन बाय वन.
hello. I am Balaswar. Hello, I am Rudraksh Naik.
Myself Aryan Kuru.
My name is Sarthak.
Myself Rohan Pawar.
Myself Anand Kumar. Myself Aryan. I am Sabha Agarwal.
Myself Suruj. I'm Shruti. Hello, I'm Nandini.
My name is Ashutosh Rajput.
ओके. क्या?
I'm Denali. Hello, I'm Neha. I'm Lavina. I'm Harshita. Myself
जरा जोर से बोलिए, मुझे सुनाई देना चाहिए. ओके. ओके. यहाँ से शुरू करते हैं फिर से, जरा कंफ्यूजिंग हो जाएगा. ओके. यस.
My name's Kaisar. I am Sakshi Jadhav. I am Sai. I'm Gauri I'm Sakshi. I'm Tarusha. Myself Sakshi. My name is Anand.
Lovely. Okay. And I'm Abhyam. Okay, so first and foremost, while I was listening to you, though introduction is such an important part, I feel, the way you tell your name to someone is a very, very important thing. And that's the reason why I wanted to listen to your names. So a little correction there, because I'm a grooming expert, so I'm used to giving tips on grooming. First mistake done by a lot of you, it's never said as myself. You always say I am, or you say my name is. Okay, myself is like a thing. So if this table starts talking, it says myself. So again, so it has to be either I am Abhyam or my name is Abhyam. So keep that in mind. And if you begin your introduction, whenever you do, if you begin that with a greeting, it always sounds nice. So if you say hello, or if you say good morning, or if you say namaste, or sat sri akal, or anything for that matter, sounds always much better than just giving out your name. So keep that in mind. Because that greeting always makes your conversation a little formal. It gets that X factor, and you'll remember people who introduce themselves like that. और सबसे आसान बात जो मुझे लगती है ना, कि हम बहुत कंजूसों की तरह इस्तेमाल करते हैं, स्माइल. ठीक है? यू मे नॉट बी हैप्पी सीइंग मी, लेकिन चेहरे पे स्माइल तो रखो. ठीक है? हो सकता है कि आप किसी से मिले जिनको मिलकर तुम्हें आपको बिल्कुल खुशी नहीं हो रही है, बट योर फेस हैज टू लुक हैप्पी. Especially when you start your journeys as professionals, you will not meet people that you like every day. Please understand that. You will work with some absolute idiots as well. You will work with some really weird people. You will work with people who always put you down. You will work with people who are really nice as well. But the nice as well is going to be not so many. So when you work with all kinds of people, you'll have to make sure that at least your face doesn't show that you're scared. Your face should not show that you don't like someone. It should show that you're so happy meeting them. Because that smile on your face shows that you're confident. और अगर सामने वाला ऐसा है कि जो चाहता है कि you should not have confidence. You may have someone in your team, someone in your college, in your circle around who doesn't want to see you happy. There are people like that, let me tell you that. And when you start your professional journey, there will be more people like that. Keep that in mind. So when you have a smile on your face, it sort of irritates them because they see that you're happy. You may have like a dozen of problems and you're still looking happy. Okay? They probably know that they have a overpowering name or position and you still look happy because you're smiling. So use your smile as much as you can, and trust me, in every formal body language lectures as well, we make sure that we tell people of how to smile. Because that's such a simple thing and I think we've forgotten to do that. You know, मुझे लगता है कि हम हंसना भूल गए हैं. I see, these days people smile the most looking at their mobile phones. Which is so weird. Unfortunately, the mobile phone is not alive. जितना ध्यान हम अपने मोबाइल फ़ोन को देते हैं उतना अगर किसी इंसान को दे दिया तो वो आपको 7 जन्म नहीं छोड़ेगा. Understand that. But that's the thing. When there are people around you, people like me, I'm not through artificial intelligence here right now. I'm actually present here right now. You should make sure that you smile a lot and look happy. Got it? Let's begin. Can I have a glass of water? I'll need a water bottle. Thank you. So, as you're aware, my session today is about mastering life skills, right? So my first question to you is, how is it going so far? How is the induction been going? I'm sure a lot of you are not from Pune, I'm assuming. How many of you are not from Pune? Please raise your hands. कैसे लग रहा है आमच्या पुण्यात येऊन? कैसा लग रहा है यहाँ पे आके? Good, very nice. I'm sure a lot of you are also not from Maharashtra for that matter, right? So how is the induction been going so far? Because I've been hearing really great things about it. Have you been enjoying it? You can tell it to me.
Yes.
I hope it's been fruitful and you've been enjoying what's going on. So what do you think is a life skill? Anybody? Can anybody tell me what is a life skill? You can just raise your hand and give me an answer. Even if it's a wrong answer, I'm okay with it. Yes? कुछ तो पता होगा, कभी तो सुना होगा. Nobody? Nobody knows what is a life skill? Seriously? That cannot be. I mean, you guys are millennials, no? You're supposed to be knowing everything, isn't it? One of you? Anyone? Seniors, anyone? What is a life skill? No idea or yes, thank God. Yes.
Enjoying the life no matter what happens.
Lovely, okay. That's not exactly a skill, but not bad. You've attempted. A life skill is something which basically helps you to live a life that you really desire or dream. You know, ड्रीम और डिज़ायर्स हम सब करते हैं और करना भी चाहिए. You should always dream big. Our parents have told us, books have told us, our teachers have told us that always dream big. But there is a little difference between a dream and a fantasy. And the dream and fantasy के बीच का जो फर्क है, I will explain that as well. But then this difference between a dream and fantasy gets bridged by life skills. For an example, I'm an actor. I've been working for about 20 years now. I've worked in about 15 films, most of them being Marathi. I love Priyanka Chopra as an actress. I'm sure you all also must be loving her probably. As a global icon, as a personality. So, as an actor, me loving Priyanka Chopra or wanting to work with her is a desire or a dream. Wanting to get married to her is a fantasy. That's the difference between a fantasy and a dream. Because when you have a dream, you know that you have the seed within you to make it happen. You know that you have the capacity, the talent to take you in the right direction and make it happen. You know, like for an example, couple of months back, I was in a session and I met this very interesting, enthusiastic fashion designer. And he tells me that he wants to go to Hollywood and he wants to work for Marvel Pictures. Okay, that's his dream. So I asked him, what is the plan? So he says, there's no plan. This is the plan, that I want to go and work in Hollywood. I asked him, do you really think that they're waiting for you? Ki aaja bhai, red carpet hai. It's that easy. So I told him, if there is no plan, when there is no roadmap that you've created, it's a fantasy. There will be millions of people across the world जो चाहते हैं कि मार्वल में जाके काम करे, उनके सुपर हीरो फिल्म्स पे कॉस्ट्यूम्स बनाए, स्टोरी बोर्डिंग करे, डायरेक्ट करे, whatever, anything in other capacities. So he asked me the question, if you were in my place, how would you define that? Now, a very important thing, he is a pass out of a big fashion design school. So I told him that you are in Pune, you've passed out of this school, you're done with your course, it's a graduation degree that you've done. So now you can start working in Pune into the industry, in the advertising industry, theatre, short films, feature films. Pune has a huge cultural entertainment industry, let me tell you that. So I told him you start working on these projects, maybe as an intern, because that's the simple thing that you can get. You work as a second, third assistant, something like that, but you start working there. And a couple of days later, once you've done 3-4 such projects where you've assisted, you could probably maybe go to one photo shoot or maybe some ad which you've gotten yourself as the costume designer. Not an assistant, but you are the main one there, right? After this, you plan of doing your master's and you decide that you want to go to the New York School of Fashion. Now, when you dream, you should never put your dreams in a box. How will I go there? Will my parents allow me to go there? Do I have the money to go there? Your dreams do not have a price tag to them. Please understand that. You should just dream free, dream wild. So I said that you should dream that you're going to the New York School of Fashion. After you've done your graduation, you've gotten certain amount of experience here. You go to New York, you start with your post-graduation degree, Masters in Fashion Designing, which is in New York, which takes you there, obviously. And then complete the course. While you're completing the course, simultaneously also start taking up part-time assignments there, where you probably work with a newspaper or with a modeling agency or with some brand. Even easier, maybe just work at some mall, maybe with some store of clothing line, maybe like a Zara or H&M or something like that. You work at these places and get again some more experience. After you're done with your post-graduation, you start doing your projects as a postgraduate, right? And where you will actually be able to get to work with American television or American advertising industry or theater or all of this, and you get some more experience. After you're done with all of this, you can approach Marvel. You can approach Marvel. They will not approach you because they don't know you. You can approach Marvel saying that I am a fashion designer from India. I did my fashion design graduation from Pune. This is my experience after that. I came to New York School of Fashion. I have some experience. This is what I've done. This is my profile. If there is anything that you have which makes me fit into one of your projects at Marvel, I would love to be a part of it. And then, if they have the vacancy, if they have the need, they might shortlist you and call you for an interview. And if you're lucky enough, you might get in and your dream becomes a reality. So that's a roadmap, right? Just saying that, okay, I want to work in Hollywood is not going to take you there. There has to be a way of getting there. And this difference between a dream and a fantasy gets bridged by life skills. So life skills is nothing but anything that is a skill that helps you live a life of your dreams. Because I think we all aspire to live a beautiful life. We want a great future. We want our parents to be proud of us. We want our native place to be very, very proud of us. Our extended families, friends to be proud of us. But trust me, it takes a lot to get there. You know, throughout my schooling and my college and my MBA, I did my MBA from Symbiosis, Pune. I had topped the university. I was a gold medalist. Throughout my life, I have been a topper, okay, in school, in college, and everywhere. And everybody used to ask me that, how do you do it? Okay, and my only answer has always been studying hard, not hardly studying. When I used to see my friends going for movies and partying and this and that and all of that, I used to be studying. Because I knew I wanted to make my parents proud. More importantly, I had become an actor when I was 16 years old. And my family wasn't very happy about me becoming an actor. Okay? Because I had decided that I wanted to become an actor when I was in second standard. Dusri soto, imagine. And I decided that, okay, I'm going to be an actor. This is what I wish to do. And I was wondering, what will I be doing now? Like, I did not know anyone. I had no contacts, nothing at all. I am not born in India. I was born in the UK. I was in London for 15 years, did my schooling there. So even worse, okay, that like I was in another country where even though I was a NRI or one of a British Indians, they would never consider you as one of them, which is a very, very important thing. You have to remember that. So I always wanted to come back to India. I wanted to work in Hindi. I wanted to work in Marathi. And it was a dream to come back to India one day. But school ke level pe kya hi kar sakta hai insaan? Matlab, I am not the decision maker, right? When you're in your second standard. So I started working in inter-school drama competitions, school gatherings. Easiest thing, no? Whatever is there in front of you, you pick up one of them and start doing it and try to excel at it. So I used to participate in all these drama competitions and everything, thinking that maybe this will take me ahead. Thankfully, with the grace of God and with, I think, a lot of hard work and little good luck, I used to get prizes. I started getting prizes. I started getting awards, inter-school drama competitions maybe. But I was very clear in my head that that does not make me a professional actor. Okay, because I had that amount of brain even when I was in second standard. That for a professional actor, you have to be paid for it, right? Like, I can't just become an actor if I say I'm an actor. Like, somebody has to hire you and somebody has to pay you for it. And then there has to be an audience who comes to watch you, right? And they are paying for the tickets as well. So I knew all of this. So I wasn't very happy. I was okay. I was like, okay. But then in fourth standard, I had participated in an inter-school drama competition where I won the Best Actor, which was my first Best Actor award in a big competition as such. And there I met one of the biggest producers from UK who offered me an English play, ek English natak. He offered me, which was on the life of Jesus Christ. And I was supposed to play the younger Jesus. Okay, now I was very excited, of course, because it was going to be my first time on stage professionally. But I was more excited when I heard that they were going to pay me. Okay? Imagine fourth standard, when I went to sign the contract, the contract read 50 shows and then there was an amount written in front of it. I was so excited. Trust me, I knew the whole money is going to go to mom and dad. Okay? But I was just excited, okay, that just makes me an actor. And I had that confidence. Wow. A play that we decided to do 50 shows of on a contract, we ended up doing 563 shows of it for the next 4 years across Europe. So technically speaking, my young age I have spent on the stage acting in front of various people who are, by the way, hugely influenced by Jesus Christ because it's their religion, right? And here I was, a Kokonasta Brahman Hindu boy, playing Jesus Christ, okay, in that accent, that too, and I was having fun. I was loving it. लेकिन तब तक सब ठीक था, okay, because school है, let him do what he wants to do. In my 11th standard, after my 10th, we decided to move back to India for some family reason. I was very happy, and I still wanted to be an actor. It was in my head that I'm going to be an actor. I was very happy. And I had stood first in my 10th standard and all of that. So I took my admission in the BMCC college here in Pune. And my name was first in the first list, okay? Does not excite me. My parents were not very happy because they thought I'll become a doctor. They wanted me to become a doctor, which I became, by the way, but in some movies, not in real life. And I decided that I wanted to do commerce simply for a reason that you don't have to attend college. Yeah, you can do what you want. I was in BMCC, that too, which has the best theatre circle, which has the best cultural society. You know, inter-college drama competitions, this and that, everything would be so easy for me. My biggest challenge came as the language. Because I am Maharashtrian, we used to speak Marathi at home, but my all languages were so anglicized and they had so much of an accent. My Hindi was accented, my Marathi was accented, my Marathi was terrible, in fact, and because I did not have them as subjects in school. I could not read or write Hindi, Marathi, either way. But I was quick enough to shift gears and understand how do they speak Shuddha Marathi. Okay? And I was like, okay, I need to get this done because I'm staying in the city and I want to work in this industry. And I started auditioning, giving auditions for plays, and finally landed up into The Legend of Bhagat Singh. So that was how it was. But my parents weren't very happy. And because they were not happy, I used to study hard. Because parents को एक ही चीज चाहिए होती है, तुम पढ़ाई ठीक से करो. Do what you want. ठीक है? Marks अच्छे आने चाहिए. So here I used to not attend college but come first. Professors, chup. Principal, chup. Parents, chup. I was happy. I was like, okay, you want what you want, I get what I want. Simple. And that is how I was doing it. But throughout the journey, I realized one thing, that life skills play a very, very important role. And which is exactly the reason why I thought of bringing mastering life skills for you today. You know? So, mastering life skills. Now, skill is basically something which is not very easy. We call it as a skill set, for an example. Like a surgeon is skilled, okay? A doctor is not skilled. A surgeon is skilled because he can save a life, he can give you stitches, and he can make sure that you've stopped bleeding and you're fine. Similarly, even in the design industry for that matter, everybody is skilled. Understand that. Because designing is about skill. Keep that in mind. Even if you look at, for example, as simple as maybe laborers. There are construction laborers and then there are skilled construction laborers. right? Skilled people are always paid differently, and there is a lot of demand of it as well. And not everybody can be skilled because very few people understand that you need that skill. And I'll give you a very small example of how do you analyze skilled or non-skilled. You've probably gone to a restaurant, ठीक है? किसी कैफे में गए हो, किसी रेस्टोरेंट में गए हो, गए हो दोस्तों के साथ, and you meet some waiter there who is taking your order. He smiles at you, he greets you very nicely, he asks you, what should I get for you? And you tell him something, and then he'll recommend you something. That we've introduced this new, thick shake, and it's been our best seller for the last 6 months. Maybe you should try it. And if you don't like it, you don't have to pay for it. I'll pay for it. Yeah, and you're going to trust that. You're going to be like, okay, that's a lot of confidence. You'll be like, okay, I'll have that. And if you like it, you will tell this to 10 other people as well. And next time when you go to that restaurant, you will want that waiter to attend you again. Because he's skilled. And trust me, somebody who's that skilled will not stay a waiter for long. He'll become an owner very fast. Because he has that vision. And that vision is where skills are important. So if you are somebody who has vision of the future, then you need skills. Unfortunately, मैं ज़्यादा लोगों को ऐसे देखता हूँ कि जिनमें स्किल नहीं होती कुछ भी. They have zero skills. They actually walk into life blindfolded. आँखों पे पट्टी बांधे, walking through life, और जो भी हाथ में आ गया उसको पकड़ लिया, उसको अपना करियर बना लिया, उसको अपने हॉबीज बना लिए, उसको अपना लाइफ पार्टनर बना लिया, जिंदगी सॉर्टेड. I want you to open your blindfolds. You are a human being. We are possibly the most intelligent animal, which God is not very happy about, clearly, because only we had COVID-19, okay? Nobody else had COVID-19. We were the only ones suffering from it. So clearly God's not very happy about what we are doing. So I want you to use all your senses and plan for yourself when you plan for your future. जिसके लिए विजनरी होना पड़ेगा, और विजनरी कहाँ से बनोगे? स्किल सेट में से. यहाँ तक आया समझ में? Any questions still here? Please ask. No questions? I like you guys already. No, not because you're not asking me questions, but at least you're responding to what I'm talking. So that's what basically life skills are. Why are life skills important? Life skills are important because they save you. There is so much of competition, right? We all keep saying, so much competition, so much competition. You must be hearing your parents and grandparents saying this. हमारे ज़माने में competition इतनी नहीं होती थी. Your generation is crazy. 99%, 100%. What is with this score? But there is competition, and you can't help but deal with it. So the only way that you can combat competition is if you are better than others. And how are you better than others? With a skill set. Keep that in mind. Because when you are skilled, when you are groomed, when you are trained, you are way above what normal people can even think of. Understand that. And that itself puts you ahead of the line. You will have to stand in the line and give your interview. But when you get to the interview, people are going to love to see somebody so talented. Understand that. And more than what do you want to do when you start working or do in your life, I want you to understand how does a company work. What is their past? What do they do? I find it so funny that there are people I meet who don't know anything about the industry they want to get into. And trust me, you will have a real bad time when you start working. I have seen people who want to become models and they don't know who is Lara Datta, or they don't know who is Milind Soman. I'm sure even a lot of you people here must not be knowing Milind Soman or Lara Datta. How many of you know them? Raise your hands. See? Okay. Do you know Milind Soman? Thank God. How many of you know Lara Datta? Okay. And the others don't know Lara Datta? Do you know Lara Dutta is an actress? And she was Miss Universe when Priyanka Chopra became Miss World. She was the winner of the Femina Miss India when Priyanka Chopra was the first runner-up. And she has been in so many movies, including a movie like Shah Rukh Khan's Dawn. She was the heroine of Dawn. Or a movie like Salman's Partner, and so many films. But you guys are saved because you don't want to become models. So it's okay. But if you wish to be a model and you don't know it, it's like I don't know Sunil Gavaskar because I don't play cricket. Seriously? There is one Sunil Gavaskar. There is one Sachin Tendulkar, understand that. Even if they are retired, across the world, there's one Sachin. Across the world, there's one Madhuri. There's one Lata, and there is one Shah Rukh. That's it. And if you don't want to get into that industry, it doesn't matter. But be proud of the fact that they come from your country. That you've known them, you've seen them. So this is more like, I want to become a cricketer, but I don't know Sachin Tendulkar because he's retired. But I know Virat Kohli because he's still playing. So when you get into your fields of expertise, when you get into your industries, make sure that you know and you have researched who are the best people. Why? Anybody knows the answer to why should you know this? Anyone? You can raise your hand and answer this. Why should you know the people in the industry who've ruled that you wish to get into? Why? Yeah?
To know their journey and experience.
Okay, fantastic. Anybody else?
We can get inspired by them.
Lovely. Lovely. Anybody else? Yes?
Making them our role model.
Okay. Yeah?
And then obviously done something to get to that level so you can learn.
Absolutely. See, understand one thing that a few great people have said this, that when there is a wheel that's invented, okay, why would you want to invent another wheel? You use that wheel to get to where you want to go to. Understand that. When there is somebody in whichever industry that they are in, it could be Elon Musk or it could be Tesla or it could be anybody for that matter, they've succeeded. And how? Yeah, so this is a journey that that they've lived, and it will give you so many insights, it will give you so many ideas of doing it, because we all have this one thing we keep saying that कि मेरे family में से किसी ने इस industry में काम नहीं किया. Various industries, very few times I have seen that there is a lineage कि what your father is doing, you're also doing the same thing. Happily that too, more importantly. But otherwise, when you get into a new industry, it is going to be a new industry. Understand that. And you can't use this like a victim card. I don't have anybody in this industry, to tell me. Doesn't matter. Because it's a victim card. We're trying to already get sympathy from people that please be nice to me. Because I don't know anything about this. Doesn't matter. The sharks and the crocodiles will eat you anyway. They don't care if you are new or old. Understand that. But if you know how to play with the sharks and the crocodiles, because you've read these people, you would know how to play with them. You would know how to handle them. And it will be your biggest learning experience. Trust me, nobody from my 7 generations has been into the entertainment industry. But I think मेरे बाद वाले 7 generations will be into the entertainment industry. I started at 16, independent, didn't know anything. I became a producer at 22 or 23, becoming one of the youngest producers that the Marathi industry had. Multiple things I've been doing consistently. Not that I started acting and left that and did something else. I've kept everything on together and I went on adding new things to it. could be RJing or could be probably standing in front of you and delivering this class right now. I went on adding, and that's how it should be. Because understand one thing कि तुम हो अपने पापा की परी और मम्मी का Salman Khan and all of that. When you get out of the house is when you actually get to know what life is all about, right? आटा दाल का भाव पता चल जाता है ना बाहर निकल के, पता चल गया होगा ना by now, I'm sure. Suddenly you realize when you wake up there is nobody to give you tea also. There's nothing that's going to happen by itself, which has been happening on an autopilot mode when you're at home. Everything comes in front of you when it is supposed to be, like that. When you don't have it, you also get to hear it, कि खा लो, ठंडा हो जाएगा. ठीक है? So all of this is good when you are back home under their wings. When you start working, definitely not. You'll have to be much stronger than that. And to be stronger, you will have to make sure that you are not giving excuses of how do I do this. मैं तो कितना छोटा हूँ. I'm so new. Victim card. I actually started when I was very young. मुझे बहुत बुरा लगता था. Everybody used to call me a kid on the set. Like, technically speaking, my first movie was Dil To Pagal Hai, where I was an assistant choreographer to Shamak. But this I did in my 10th vacations. 10th vacations I was assisting Shamak because I wanted to get into the film industry. Everybody, including Shahrukh sir, used to make fun of me. बच्चे हो तुम स्कूल जाओ, take your friends for movies, why are you working? And I was like, no, I want to do this. I want to go ahead. And those times have got me here. It is as simple as that. There will be a price for it. Keep that in mind. But how to pay that price and everything, I'm sure the life will teach you ahead. I'm going to teach you life skills, and which is why I'm here. Yeah? So I'm going to make it very, very simple for you. And I thought that before I leave today, I should give you something that stays with you for the rest of your life. So I've got something with me which I want you to write down one by one as I tell it to you. Okay? So I'm going to give you my top 10 life skills, and I want you to write down. मला पाणी लागेल. I literally feel like I've come to a school. Bags opening, books coming out, compass boxes opening. Anybody has a compass box here? No. Nice. So, so much we hear about life skills and life coach and this and that, such difficult terms, isn't it? I thought I'll break it down for you, something that will stay with you forever. Maybe 10 years later when I see you somewhere, or maybe some years later when you probably come out and start working with me, we'll have a lovely conversation about these life skills. So here are my top 10 life skills. Number 1 is grooming. And I'm going to explain each one of them to you. Number 1 is grooming. Top 10 life skills is your heading. And number 1 is grooming. I'm going to explain that. Anybody knows what is grooming? Don't give me the dictionary meaning. Because the dictionary meaning of grooming is very boring, by the way. Yes?
The way you present yourself.
Lovely. Anybody else? Yeah? Boys? What is grooming? The dictionary meaning of grooming is very boring. It says cutting your hair and keeping your beard shaped, by the way. And English is a funny language, right? Especially in India, it's very funny. So in India, we have people who call a grooming expert, like I'm a grooming expert for an example. They call us as a groomer, which is not English, by the way, which is Indian English. Like the Indian Chinese food that we have is not Chinese food. If they ever come here to see what do we eat as Chinese food, they'll die. So groomer, by the way, is a beard trimming machine. That's called as a groomer. But here grooming experts are also called groomers, and I find it very funny. It's like a person who plays cricket is a cricketer, one who is a grooming expert is a groomer. And one who walks the ramp is a walker, not a model. I'd also read somebody calling a photographer a shooter. And I died when I read that. And I was like, my God, where does this creativity come from? Okay, anybody? Grooming? What is the meaning of grooming? Yeah?
Keeping yourself clean and decent.
Okay. Others? Chale, let's begin. I'm going to give you the answer and then I'm going to ask you some questions as well. So grooming basically means you don't need to really literally write this down, just need to listen to this. Grooming is a huge concept, understand that. Grooming is basically a mix of how do you look physically and how are you mentally. You always see both these kinds of people, right? Sometimes we see people who are very attractive looking till they open their mouth. And vice versa. There are people who probably be very average or very simple looking till they open their mouth and you're like, wow, this guy is intelligent. Yeah? But in the date and time that we live in, we need a mix of the two. And as a grooming expert, if you ask me, nobody looks bad. Anybody who is, physically fit is good looking, because we are all created by the same energy. We are all created by God. We all have a same kind of a body, different colors, shapes and genders, that's it. But otherwise we are all good looking. It's just that you need to understand what looks good on you and how do you carry yourself. So that's basically grooming. Now this is the outer part of it is a little easy probably. How to look good, right? We all like to look good, especially in today's date and time. Social media, we are so scared of putting our pictures on social media, thinking that people will judge us, right? I see so many times people are so scared of social media that they don't use it at all. Imagine somebody like me, I'm a public figure. I don't like social media, but I'm very, very active on social media. It's like politics. You may not like it, but it exists. Yeah? It's just like that. So what goes on social media is a different subject and a story altogether. But I'm going to talk about what makes you feel good. And what makes us feel good is definitely when we feel good about ourselves. I'll give you an example. Suppose one day you want to attend maybe a function or an event, or maybe a birthday party or something, and you've decided what do you want to wear that day. 8 days back, you know what you're going to wear, like head to toe, you know what you're going to wear. Okay, you're going to put in efforts into that. You're probably polishing your shoes, you're ironing your clothes, you've oiled your hair, you're going to shampoo them before you go out, set them nicely and all of that. Yeah, you'll make sure that you're wearing your best watch and perfume and everything. You're ready. You're feeling so good about yourself. And you step out of the house. And the first person who meets you comes and tells you, oh, you're looking so good today. And you're like, thank you. Because you know you've taken so much of efforts, no? You're like, oh, indeed, I know I'm looking good, but I'm glad to hear it from you, is what's going on in your head. So you're feeling good and you're like, okay, so everything's fine, I'm looking good. You go ahead, probably meet some of your friends, you come to your college maybe, and you meet some more people and somebody again says, oh, you're looking so good, wow, I couldn't recognize you today. Looking so different. And you're like, see, so this is who I am. basically. That's going on in your head. You judge me on how I look. How bad are you? So you're again feeling really nice. Into the second half of the day, you go out maybe to meet someone and you meet one of your professors and they tell you, you're so well dressed today. I like what you're wearing. Lovely combination. And you're like, I wanted to hear that as well. You're feeling very, very nice. In the end of the day, a long day you've had, you've been so dressed, you decide after you're done with your college, you're probably going back, meeting some friends. You meet up your friends at a cafe or something and they look at you and they're like, whoa, look at you. You're looking so good. And then you're like, I just knew it. That kind of a thing. Imagine the confidence that it has given you throughout the day because you've put in some efforts. Now my question is, what happens if you do this every day? When you do this every day, imagine where your confidence will reach. When there are people coming and telling you every day that you look good, even if they don't tell you after a point of time, you see it in their eyes. Because when you are well dressed, you are confident, right? Most importantly, you know you can walk a red carpet right now. You know you could go anywhere and you're going to look fine like that. This confidence, if you have every day with you, it will change your life. And that's a life skill. Keep that in mind. Being well dressed is a huge quality to have. And I always say it's always better to be overdressed than being underdressed. Understand that. You know, for some reason in India, I find this very funny. We have such a huge country, cultural heritage and all of that. North India to South India, okay? East to West. But I've realized one thing from North to South. Jaise you go down, good looks go down, and intelligence goes on increasing. Okay? And which is a great combination that we come in with one country. Imagine people in Europe, people in London have asked me that how can that Aishwarya Rai be Indian? I mean, she has blue eyes. And I would say she's not just Indian, she's in fact South Indian. And they would be like, how is that even possible? But she looks like she's Italian. I said, yeah, I mean, Indians look like that. We also have a Hrithik Roshan then, you know, who can look like a Greek or Italian or anything at all. And then we also have a Deepika Padukone, who looks like a South American. Or we have a Priyanka Chopra, who actually is working there to prove it that she's one. So all of this mix is a great heritage that we have. But that will get multiplied only when you know you want to look like that. Keep that in mind. Hence I said, and I'm going to repeat that, imagine if you're well dressed every day and you step out of the house and it makes you feel so good about yourself. What will happen if you do this every day? You're going to change as a person. Believe me, for an actor that I am, for a public figure I am actually dressed like this every day, because every day I have some or the other event, there's some place I'm judging, there's some event happening, I'm dancing somewhere, I'm acting somewhere, kahin pe ribbon kaatne ke liye ja raha hu. Something or the other is going on every single day. The days I am not very well dressed, my friends ask me, you look relaxed today, aaj kuch kaam nahi hai. And I'm like, tell me. But I feel amazing whenever I'm dressed like that every single day. And believe me, as actors, it is also important for us. Looking good is a part of our job for us. But I think in today's date and time, the industry that we live in, the world that we live in, which is on social media, everybody needs to look good. Why does Narendra Modi look so good? Have you imagined? Do you even know he has a stylist? He has a personal stylist. The way that man carries his kurtas and his jackets and everything, I don't think we've had any prime minister who's looked like that in history. Anybody. Why they didn't have the money, they didn't have the power, they did. But here is somebody who's different. And we are in a different time zone right now. We are in different times completely. Where, because everything comes to grooming, everybody is going to be judgmental about how well groomed are you, even if you are an employee of a bank, or working in a hotel, or in a VFX company, or in a design firm, wherever. Hence, that's going to be very, very important. So that's one part of grooming. And the other part of grooming is, of course, intelligence. Intelligence shines through your face, understand that. Intelligence is not necessarily you being padhaku. I don't want you to be bookworms. Intelligence is having overall knowledge of what's going on across the world, right? The other day I was talking to someone and I just happened to mention about the Chandrayaan, and this girl is asking me, Chandrayaan tu kab ka uda tha? I said, what? I said, we've just had a new one. It's about to land in the next couple of days. And I find it extremely funny when people are so uninformed about what's going on across the world. At least the industry or the things that you want to go in, you should know what's going on there. And believe me, I'm going to make this very simple for you to understand. Something that I have noticed since I was a child. What do men and women talk about? There are 5 subjects. You'd be surprised. And trust me, I've done this when I was in junior college. Because I used to love when my dad used to talk to his friends. My dadaji used to talk to his friends, nanaji, mama, mami, mom, sister. 5 subjects. How boring. What are men talking about? Economics, investments, money, businesses. Second is maybe science and technology, if they're really somebody who likes that. Third is sports, if they really like sports. Okay? Fourth is women. Okay? My wife, my girlfriend, my daughter, blah blah. And fifth is probably politics. Right? They may or may not have an opinion, but they want to listen to it. 5 subjects. Women, 5 subjects. Careers. Okay? What am I going to do? What's happening right now? Family. My husband, my beta, my bhai, blah blah. Okay? Third, shopping. What's new? Where is the discount going on? Okay? Fourth could be a mix of maybe politics and technology, if they really are somebody who likes to check out new phones, new cameras, what's going on, AI and all of that. And 5, men. 5 subjects. So if you want to have a conversation with these 2 genders, you only need to know these 5 subjects. That's it. That's it. It's that easy. So if you are aware of what's going on around you, it will be at least one of these 5 subjects, right? And that makes you well groomed. When you bring certain information to the conversation. आपके सामने 4 लोग बात कर रहे हैं, आपको कुछ पता नहीं है, what are they talking about? You will become a silent listener. I don't want you to be that. I want you to get involved in the conversation and probably tell them something that they are also not aware of. They'd be surprised. Yeah? This knowledge does not come from only education, it comes from being aware of what's going on across the world. And this is the second part of grooming, which basically is, I say, internal grooming. Now you can't have either of them. You should have both of them. Because that will make you somebody who has an X factor. It will make you someone who is extraordinary, who looks good, speaks really well, and which is exactly the reason why I am here today for this session, because I wish to inculcate this into you. I wish that you become like that so that you become the one person who stands out differently. So that's the first life skill, grooming. Understood? Now let me ask you a simple question. How many of you here do you think are groomed? Okay, raise your hands right up if you are groomed. Raise your hands. I just see one hand. Even if you think you're groomed, it's okay. I'm not going to bash you. Don't worry. I'm a nice guy. Yeah? Nobody? Just one? Two. Okay. Three. Four. Nice. Five. In a batch of about 120, 130 people, 5 people. Seriously. मुझे तो सब अच्छे दिख रहे हो तुम लोग. You know, it's very, and hence I wanted to bring that as a life skill. Because it's something that we don't learn in school and college, right? And I'll give you a very simple example of how does a human mind work. Like, why do you need to be groomed? Why is it necessary? I have this degree, I am an IITian, blah, blah, I don't need it. Here's what it is. Human beings are very judgmental. We are made judgmental. We are made judgmental by society, by people around us, by everything that we are brought up in. We are made to believe in a certain way that this skin color is a good skin color. This skin color is not a good skin color. This is a good body type. This is not a good body type. These are good people. These are bad people. I mean, seriously. We don't come with a user manual. That's the problem. Unfortunately. But if you are groomed, you will know very well how to judge someone without making them feel that you're judging them, because you are going to be the powered one here. Yeah?
ठीक है।
the session with. Body language wise, you maintain eye contact and you smile at the right places and time. It makes life of a difference, especially professionally. Because professionally, when you are maintaining eye contact, smiling, it shows that you're very confident. Understand that. And I know that, being confident is not easy. It's very easy to listen to it. But hence, I'm giving you these life skills which will make you confident. Understand that. Got it? So that's communication skills. Again, communication skills as a subject connects to the 3 subjects before this. 2 subjects before this. Education and grooming. Because what would you communicate? Whatever that you've studied and you're educated on. And because of grooming, you know how to carry yourself. You're making your conversations very interesting. Also, let me tell you a small part of good grooming and being able to look attractive. When you look attractive, people listen to you. Let me tell you that. You may be the dumbest person in the room, but if you are good looking, people will listen to you, at least for 5 minutes, because you're looking good. That's how human beings are. And I have seen this so many times. If it's somebody who's not that attractive and is talking, they will be like, okay. Attention span is 0. Hence, I want you to be well dressed, look good, speak well, everything. So that was point number 3. Going to point number 4. Point number 4, another favorite, physical fitness. Physical fitness. Thank you. Point number 4, physical fitness. Now, understand one thing. I think we all know this, that physically being fit is very important. COVID-19 made us realize this even further, how important it is to be physically fit. Remember, we have one life, and this one life has to be lived in this body that you have. It's not going to change. So whatever that you put inside the body or do with it is very, very important, because your body will show it at some point. Physical fitness is not just going to the gym, maintaining a certain diet. It's a lot more than that. It's a lot more interesting than that. Physical activity firstly makes you feel good about yourself. Let me give you a small example, and try this sometime. If you are feeling really low sometime, or if you're feeling very stressed or angry, just go out for a 5 minutes walk alone. And I promise you, when you come back, you will be sorted. Whatever time of the day it is, it could be morning, evening, night, whatever time of the day. Daytime, even amazing, because there will be sunlight. Walk in the sunlight, it gets you back to your reboot button. Understand that. Being out in the sun, important thing. But physical activity is very, very important. So you play a game, you play cricket, you play football, you play tennis, badminton, whatever. Okay? Not on the phone. It's an important thing. If you don't like to play, go out for a trek, go for a walk, go for a dance class, yoga, Pilates, whatever that really impresses you. Gym, fantastic. Let me give you an example, because I've been training for about 15 years now in the gym. Every day that I go to the gym, I come back with one answer. Every problem in the world, the one answer is exercise. Whatever mind state you may have, you're feeling very happy, you're feeling very low, you're feeling very lazy, you're feeling very excited, it'll balance it when you exercise. And I'm not even saying that join a gym, you can even work out at home. Understand that. Free floor exercises, body weight, use it. There's something called as HIIT, high intensity training. Try it. It's going to really help you. Cycling karo, skipping karo, whatever that it is, exercise is going to make you feel fit. And I'm talking about only, because I'm talking about physical fitness, I'm only talking about physical exercises here. Make sure of that. Second part is, of course, diet. Diet does not mean eating less. Please understand that. Diet only means eating right. Got it? So if you are aspiring to be fit and you want to look good for, you must be 17, 18, 19 years old, maybe a little older than that. This is an age where your body will probably be the way it is. But welcome to the 20s, and when you're in the 20s, everything is going to go. You suddenly start feeling that why don't I lose weight anymore so quickly, as much as I put on? Then you realize that why am I still feeling so hungry at this hour of the day? I've eaten so much, because your metabolism is going to change. But if you want to keep all of this in check, you'll have to start it right now, today. That discipline will take it way ahead. And I think the last side effect of exercising is that it also makes you look good. But that's a byproduct. Unfortunately, people only look at the byproduct. Just like we actors. People are only looking at your fame, your name, everything that you've done. But what have you done to get there? Nobody knows. Are they willing to do that? Of course not. They cannot. And that's behind every success story. So let your success story start with your own fitness at least. At least there you should be very successful. It's you, your own body. Mummy ne bola, daddy ne bola, ghee dalo, tail dalo. And anyway, in India, as you know, we have few things that come for free. Salt is free. Sugar is free. They're not free actually. Oil is free. Dalo. When there's cooking going on, dalo. Okay? But you can choose to eat what you want to eat. And make sure that you maintain a good, healthy diet. Simple. What does your body need? Exercise and food and rest. That's it. When you're having the food, make it into maybe 4 parts to keep you healthy. You have a breakfast, you have a lunch, you have a supper, and you have a dinner. Nothing of this can be skipped. If you started your day very late, you probably do a brunch. But that has to be the heaviest intake of the day. Your breakfast has to be there. I know this for a fact that so many Indians don't eat breakfast at all. Their breakfast is chai. I'm hungry, more chai. Anything else? Chai and biscuits. बहुत भूख लगी, chai and chapati. Or something else. Sometimes maybe upma, pohe. Seriously? No. You need something heavy as a breakfast. Cereals, oats, dalia, chapati, bhaji also I'm okay with. But eat well in the morning. Breakfast, lunch, supper, dinner. 4 parts, believe me, will help you so much. It'll keep you fit. It'll never make you lose weight unnecessarily. It'll never make you put on weight unnecessarily. And it also keeps your body in perfect condition. Like when you're in good health, you tend to look good as well, right? Your skin will stay well, your hair looks good, your body looks good. And there's going to be nobody who takes care of yourself, understand that. It's only you who has to do that. Hence, physical fitness with both these points, exercise and diet. How many of you here exercise? Raise your hands. Wow, kitni log hain. Okay, how many of you diet? Exercise and diet too. Nice, interesting. I think you're in that age where right now if you inculcate this into you, it will change the way you are as a person. And believe me, don't believe in all this stupid things like people say, "Oh, this is genetics. My family is bald, I'll also be bald. All my family is fat, I'm going to be fat. Everybody's thin, I'm going to be thin." Nothing like that happens. Keep that in mind. It's a part of your DNA, but you can change your aesthetics completely by nutrition. And nutrition is food. Understand that? You may have the best, rose plant in your garden. सबसे बेस्ट स्विट्जरलैंड से लेके आए हो, गुलाब के फूल पौधा, ठीक है, उसमें पानी मत डालो, क्या होगा उसका? सेम थिंग. So you need nutrition, and when you have good nutrition, you're going to stay healthy. And I'm not even beginning to tell you what do actors and models eat. I don't even want you to get there. But there's discipline to another level altogether. And let me just give you a small example. When I was very, very, very young, it had shocked me. I was doing a serial called Avantik on Zee Marathi. And we had completed 500 episodes, and we had a success party. And Asha ji had come for the success party, Asha Bhosle. And I was very lucky to meet her, of course, and such a legend. We've all seen her, and so amazing. We were having dinner. I was sitting next to her, and we were chit-chatting and having dinner. And my dinner was done. So I was getting up, I asked her very courteously, should I bring you something? Should I get something for you? Because I'm going to keep my plate. So she said, no, nothing at all. Then I asked her, can I get you an ice cream? So she just giggled and she said no. So I went, I kept my plate, I came back to the table thinking, and I must have been 18 years old or something. I came back and I'm thinking, what did I say that Asha ji was giggling about? Did I say something wrong? Did I say something stupid? That I'm talking to the Asha Bhosle, and I asked her this. So I came back and curiosity, I asked her, did I ask you something wrong? That I asked you, should I get you ice cream? She said, Abhyang, ice cream? It's been 45 years. I said, 45 years to what? He said, since I last had ice cream. And I had a shock. I asked her, 45 years you've not had an ice cream? She said, that's the reason why I'm Asha. And I was like, wow. And I was literally looking at her flabbergasted, literally with my mouth open. And she said, imagine how many years Lata Didi must not have had an ice cream. And I was like, oh God, I don't even want to get there. She said, close to 60 years. I said, my God. Imagine. So, the industry I come from, discipline here is at another level altogether. Even with the diet. But simply put for you, I'm telling you to follow a simple regimen of exercise and diet, because physical fitness is it that is going to stay with you. If you want to look healthy, feel healthy, as long as you want to live, you need to have a healthy body. And at this stage that you are at, if you make that a habit, it will be a life-changing habit, trust me. Got it? So that was my point number 4. We're going to point number 5, mental fitness. Point number 5, mental fitness. So much we hear about physical fitness, always. These days we've also started hearing about mental fitness, about being in a sane state of mind and all of that. I'm sure you must have heard as well. Very simple thing I'm going to tell you to do, which is that which really helps you to be in the state that you want to be in. Do you know what is mental fitness, by the way? Any one of you? Anybody wants to raise hand and talk? Are you aware of what's mental fitness? Yes.
Thinking about present
Okay. Anybody else?
Staying calm.
Staying calm. Okay. Anyone else?
How you take things and think about that.
Okay. So mental fitness is as important as physical fitness is, because your mind drives the body doesn't drive the mind. And I'll tell you how. If there is a day that you had, for an example, you've had a fight with someone. You had a fight on phone with someone, maybe with your best friend, or you probably had a breakup, for an example. Best example, no? And you've cried. You've had a bad time, you've cried, and you're feeling terrible about the situation. You stay inside the room, and then you get out of the house, and you meet some friends of yours. The first thing they see, they look at you and they ask you what's wrong. Right? And you're going to be like, no, nothing is, I'm okay. But they know something is wrong, because it's right on your face. If you stay in this state of not being happy for another day, it will work on your appetite as well. भूख नहीं लगेगी, नींद नहीं आएगी. It makes you feel restless all the time. It makes you feel like you have a high blood pressure, all of it. 2-3 days into it, you will actually start looking ill. Okay? And what has happened? One fight. One fight, trust me. And it has actually taken your mood on a trip. And it is so visible that your body is just responding to everything that the mind is saying. So the mind drives the body. Keep that in mind. Body does not drive the mind. Body only drives the mind for food and rest. Which is the reason why we become hangry sometimes, no? Hungry and angry together. I know people who start crying when they're hungry. Is there anybody here who does that? And I find it so funny. I'm like, why are you crying? I'm hungry. Why are you crying? So when you know that mind plays such an important part, mental fitness is a very important thing, where I want you to just keep this simple thing in mind: stay positive. And that's a promise that you should make to yourself, that in every situation that you have in front of you, you have a choice. How do you want to feel? What do you want to choose? I want you to choose to be positive at every point in time in life. Something bad has happened to you, that also has something positive to tell you that something has happened. Life doesn't stop, life moves on. Keep that in your mind. All of us in the room, different energies, so much going on in our lives, all of us. Yeah, and I'm still telling you there is something always that we have which is the brighter side. There's something to be happy about. There's something to think positive about. It could be your home, it could be your family, your friends. It could just be as simple as maybe the breakfast you had this morning, something you loved, something that keeps you in a state of positivity will keep you stress-free. And when your mind is stress-free, your body becomes stress-free. Understand that. Hence, in a life skill, mental fitness is very, very important. Then there are times when, I know, especially in your generation, depression is faster than sardi zukam. Oh, I'm in a depression. I'm like, what? Do you even know the spelling of a depression? I've gone in a depression. I need a psychiatrist. When you feel you need a psychiatrist is when you never need a psychiatrist. Understand that. Because you would never feel that you need a psychiatrist if you really needed one. Understand that. And when you are in a happy state of mind, when you are in a chosen positive state of mind, it keeps you out of this negativity as well. You will not be depressed on silly, stupid things. But if you are, for an example, Then what? Connecting to the previous subjects. Communication skills. I want you to talk about it. Talk about it. Talk to your friends, talk to your parents, talk to your colleagues, anybody that you feel that you really trust. And when that person is talking to you, you be a good listener. Understand that. Don't give ज्ञान to that person. कि ओ वो तो ऐसा ही है, आग में तेल डाल रहे हो. ठीक है? Be a good listener. Let that event be over. Then analyze and put it in front of your friend because you're a good friend. So you're actually going to say, that was the problem that day. But by then, that person has come out of that situation. Keep that in mind. Really help you. This positivity takes you a long, long way. This being a good listener as well as, telling someone is an important thing. चलो मान लेते हैं कि इतना कुछ हुआ है कि you don't even want to share it with someone. You can't. Write it down. Simple. Start maintaining a diary. Write it down. Okay? Worst thing, which by the way I love to do, this is one of my favorite exercises that I do. Something really bad has happened to you. You hated someone. Okay? Somebody said something to you. Write it down. फाड़ के फेंक दो. Second time याद आएगा, फिर से लिखो, जला दो. I'm not kidding you. You do this 3 times, max 5. That thought, that person is out of your life. You're gone. Next time, even if that person comes, you will just remember what you did with that piece of paper. And this is a therapy, by the way. Try it. You'd be surprised. So this one therapy really helps, that writing it down. If you're not a person who wants to write it down, I would say talk about it to inanimate objects. Like for an example, I have a habit of doing this. I talk to my books. I talk to my car. I talk to the plants in my garden. I talk about it. Like there are times you'll see me in my car and I'm actually talking. I'm not talking on phone. I'm talking to myself, or I'm probably talking to my car. Because you just want somebody to listen to it at that point of time, right? Just talk, finish it off. And the moment it's out of your head, you are sorted. I'm telling you. This is a combination, but physical fitness and mental fitness are 2 sides of the same coin. And for a life skill, both of them are very, very important. Understand that. Got it? Any questions still here? You can ask me if you have any. Raise your hand. Next point is discipline. Discipline. So these top 10 life skills is something that I actually live by, and trust me, I hope after the session that we do today, they will also stay by with you and you will also use them. Discipline. Now discipline is a thing that I feel that we must learn from our older generation. What discipline our parents, our grandparents have had, I don't think has reached us at all, because we have it easy. Right? We've got it so easy that anything that you want right now is at the tip of your finger because of the mobile phone. Okay? But if you really wish to excel or be extraordinary at what you're doing, discipline will take you a long way. Being able to do something consistently is discipline. All the points that I've said before this connect to this as well. Physical fitness, 15 दिन gym कर दिया, छोड़ दिया. I know, right? So many people do it. They join the gym on 1st or Monday, and they'll take a membership of 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, and they'll go for like 2 days, 5 days. छोड़ देते हैं. ऐसे लोगों की वजह से ही gyms चलते हैं. हमारे जैसे लोग आते हैं जिम में, दिया लाइक अरे फिर से आ गए. रोज आ जाते हैं, can't help it. But consistency is going to take you way ahead. Something that you're doing, something that you wish to do has to be done every day, consistently. When probably you know that the world is doing something else, you're doing something else because you're sacrificing that for a better future. Understand that. When you know that your friends are, like for an example, the last weekend, which was a long weekend, everybody, all my friends were vacationing, Goa, here, there. I was working even on a Saturday, Sunday. Imagine, 15th August I was working. And I was extremely irritated by that. But can't help it, no? Kar lo. Kaam hai karo, you have no choice. But at the end of it, the end of the day, when I look at it, I feel good, because to become extraordinary, the only way is extraordinary efforts. And we are extraordinarily lazy to put in even a little bit of efforts. And the only thing that we can do so easily is to criticize someone, to judge someone, ki, oh, ye kya hai? It's like watching a movie. When I see people, because I'm from the film industry, when I see people talking shit about a film, I feel really bad. Because there are good films, there are bad films, both. But a film takes a lot to be made. There are thousands of people who work day in and out to make a film. And audience will see it and find it like, hey, bakwas film hai. Like that. Which is the reason why we also say that audience is considered God, for the entertainment industry, because they are the ones who are judging it, they are the ones who are paying for it. And rightly so, they have their opinions as well. But if you are someone who does not want to be criticized, or who wants to live something beyond or extraordinary, efforts are important. And you can't keep giving these victim cards. Oh, I come from such a small town. मेरे यहाँ पे किसी ने ये नहीं किया. मतलब it's like कि मेरे घर में मेरी अंधी माँ, मेरी बिन ब्याही बहन, और उन सब का सब कुछ मैं ही करता हूँ. Trust me, nobody wants to listen to your dukda. Keep that in mind. In fact, let me tell you something, that if you bring out your weaknesses in front of the society, about 90% of the society will be happy that you have it. So that you're not a competition to them, basically. Then there will be 5% people who just don't care. You have it, you don't have it, they don't care about you, your existence. 5% people probably will be worried, or they'll come to help, who are your friends. They will try and help you out of the situation. 5%, that's it. But remember, otherwise it's going to be a complete victim card play. मेरे घर से ये नहीं हुआ आज तक. Nobody has come to Pune. Nobody has done this. So, for everything there is a first time. Human beings stepped on the moon. That was also the first time. There is evolution, and you are a part of the evolution. Understand that. So cut yourself out of the comfort zone of where I come from, मैं किसका बेटा हूँ, मैं कौन से घर से आता हूँ. I want you to analyze your identity. Who are you? As just your name, the first name. That too. This thought used to give me sleepless nights when I was a child. Because I am luckily born to a very, very popular landscape architect. One of the biggest names in the city, who when I was, I'm talking about my father of course, when I was born, we were in London because my dad was in London for 22 years. He was working for the Indian embassy. I was born there. But it used to trouble me because wherever I used to go, people used to tell me, oh, Kulekar ji ka beta aa gaya. I used to be like, oh God, I'm done with this. Like that. And it made me feel restless all the time on what should I do to just have the name Abhyang bring its own identity. And I think I've done it. Today when I बहुत मज़ा आता है मुझे ये करने में. I go to Google, I keep googling my name to see which newspaper has written what, what have they done and all of that, and it's fun. like one of my happiest moments was when I had to type ABHY and Google asked, are you looking for Abhyang? Are you looking for Abhyang Kuvekar? Are you looking for Abhyang School of Model Training? Are you looking for Abhyang Kuvekar Productions? Abhyang Kuvekar Movies? I was like, good. Finally. But that's what I'm saying. It needs what? Discipline. That discipline is going to be the only thing that's going to make it happen. And the ones in this room, I'm sure a lot of you here are disciplined. The ones here who have been consistently doing good in academics or otherwise in life, you know what it takes. It takes so much. And let me break a bubble for you. Fortunately or unfortunately, the time to fall in love and the time to make the best career is the same time. Unfortunate because only one of them will happen. Both will not happen. But let me promise you one thing. The best career can get you the best life partner. But the best life partner may not be able to get you the best career. Keep that in mind. So you'll have to choose between the two. And again, discipline is going to be everything. On how do you keep yourself on time? How do you analyze your thoughts? How many hours you're putting in? What are you doing? And as you age, your priorities will keep changing. Understand that. I think, COVID taught us two things in a big way. One was good health. Second was saving money. Isn't it? 2 years, the world was at a standstill. You can't even imagine what has happened to my industry. Our industry literally went upside down. But it did survive. And survived because of disciplined people. So that's the life skill which I want you to inculcate in you, is discipline. Making sure that, like for example, if you want to even gain physical fitness, you will need discipline to wake up in the morning and head out for your workout or your exercise. Then make sure that you have a schedule for the entire day and end it at the right time. You want to sleep early because you want to wake up early. There are times I go out with my friends and my friends are partying or something and I'm like, no, I need to go home at 10. And I'm back, I leave it because I wake up at 5. I'm like, you idiots, you'll keep sleeping. Tumhara kya hai? You'll sleep till 9, 10. I have to wake up at 5. 5:30 I'm out of the house. And I can't miss a sunrise. So there is a timetable that happens, and trust me, there's so much of self-bashing that happens with me. One day I skip that. My mind takes charge like what? It's like probably 10 mummies sitting in my head, yelling at me together. How useless you are. You slept. You were partying. That party was more important than your physical fitness. All of that. And I'm like, oh God. But that has to happen. And the moment you start listening to this inner voice of yours, life will change. Got it? So that was life skill number 6. Life skill number 7 now. Self-analysis. Self-analysis. The ability to be able to analyze what's going on in your life is called self-analysis, right? We have a habit of analyzing people around us, situations around us. You should also be able to analyze yourself. There will be certain things that make you feel happy. Notice what are those. There will be certain things that make you angry. Notice what are those. Okay? And this will really change the person that you are in a big way. Self-analysis also keeps you very, very grounded. It'll keep you very, very down to earth. Understand that. Because you will say a thank you when it's required. You will say a sorry also when it's required. You're not going to be this egoistic prick who doesn't say thanks, doesn't say sorry. Not happening at all. And how do you do this self-analysis? I think we all do it, right? At some point, when something goes wrong, we take our time and we keep thinking, what went wrong? Should I have done something else? So what I want you to do here is a little bit of a small task, kind of an exercise in self-analysis. It's called as me time. Me time is the magical hour of the day. Okay? Me time could be at any point of time in a day, which is probably half an hour or 1 hour that you take with yourself alone, where you don't have any distractions, no mobile phones, nothing. You're not going to be watching TV or anything. You're spending time with your own self, maybe out for a walk by yourself, if you're able to do it at home, wherever. Where that 1 hour you're only thinking of what's going on in your life, and believe me, a lot of problems will get sorted then and there itself. It'll help you on analyzing your weaknesses, your strengths, and what needs to be done. What happens is, in our day-to-day life, if this is a wheel, we keep going round and round and round and round, entangling it, and then there is never an unwind. If you unwind it, it'll get sorted. So while you go 2 times like this, 1 time you should go like this, again 2 times, maybe once, this will unwind your mind. Understand that. This me time, very important, in which you are doing things that you like to do. It could be maybe as simple as gardening, maybe cleaning up your room, where you feel very relaxed. You may be making chai, preparing food, maybe exercising, okay? Going on a walk by yourself, ironing your clothes. We all keep thinking, right, while we do all of these things. All of that, these small little things that you do in me time will change the game for you in a big way. It will sort out a lot of things that are going on in your head which don't even exist. Most of the times the troubles we have are in our head. They don't even exist. We take ourselves way too important, isn't it? We think we are like the center of the universe. We're not even close to it. Understand that. So this self-analysis and this me time will really help you do that. Another thing which I would suggest there is cultivate a hobby. Other than your work, you must have your work, your college education, you must have a hobby that you really follow. It could be as simple as maybe reading a book. It could be like watching movies. It could be anything. It could be painting, some form of art. Hobbies will give you that energy which you can use for the entire day when you're doing the tasks that you're supposed to do at work or in college. Understand that. That is self-analysis. Self-analysis is also being able to understand that whatever has happened in the past is gone. Because our life only goes one way, ahead. After today comes tomorrow, not yesterday. So whatever has happened in the past, amazing, pathetic, not coming back. And the only power that it has over you is that if you think about it too much today, you're ruining your today as well. If there is anything from the past that you want to change, today is the time to think about it and bring that change, starting from today and making sure that you follow that tomorrow as well. And if there's something amazing that has happened in the past, say thank you to it. You've loved that moment. You've had an amazing time. Think on how can you get more of them in the future. But like I said, it's gone. Unfortunately, we keep thinking of who said 10 years back. Somebody called you, how stupid are you? And you've kept it in your head. 10 years, that person is gone. You've kept it in your head, I'm stupid. And you're probably thinking that you actually are stupid. Let that go. Understand that. Disconnect your past and the power that it has from your present. The only connection that it has is that जहाँ past खत्म होता है वहाँ से present शुरू होता है. That's the only connection. It's like let me tell you something. As you proceed with your education and your professional life ahead, things are going to change for you. As you become successful, things will change further. When you become successful, your friends become enemies. Enemies become friends. Congratulations, those friends were never your friends, firstly. They were just snakes dressed up as human beings, trying to be nice to you, just to see that you're not doing well enough. They were hanging out with you. The moment you showed them a mirror and you showed them that you're far better than them, they will leave you. You don't be stupid that you get involved in with such people. Then there will be this other category who wants to be friends with you because you're successful. Oh, of course. Everybody is attracted to the shining lights. Anything that's bright and shining, insects are attracted towards it. Everything is attracted towards it. So you'll have to understand, these are also not my friends. Your friends are people की जिन्हें फर्क ही नहीं पड़ता कि तुम अंबानी हो या पान का ठेला चला रहे हो. They are with you because of who you are to them. Understand that. And these friends will be very, very important for you. These friends should show you, they will celebrate your success. They will also talk about your failures, but in a very nice way. Understand that. And most importantly, they will never compete with you. Never. Not even looks wise. They will never compete with you. And you also should be be that friend with someone who doesn't want competition. There should be no competition between friends. Come on. But at every point in time, you need such friends who behave and make you feel very normal. And which is the reason why I say that, work-life balance. Professionally, you will have all these people. Like, for example, happens to me. Professionally, when I am somewhere, I get welcomed. I get treated very well. I get treated like a celebrity. Doesn't happen in my friend circle at all. They are least bothered. Let me tell you. They just know that he's doing something well. That's it. So I tell them, I won an award. Acha, हाँ, तो? And I'm like, Arey, I won an award. हाँ, क्या हो गया? So I said, I won this award. Acha, is it like a big award? I said, yeah. Oh, come, congratulations. And I'm like, bas, that's all. तो क्या चाहिए? Party चाहिए. You should give us a party. And I'm like, ठीक है. Who all got this award? They'll ask me. I said, सिर्फ तुम्हें दिया. I said. Then they'll be like, अच्छा, oh, it's that big. I said, thank you. So you need friends like that. I have friends, like for an example, recently, I had gone for the fashion week. And at the Lakme Fashion Week, and I was in Mumbai, and where it was happening, a very close friend stays there, my MBA classmate. So I went to his house and I said, I'll come to your house, we'll have lunch, I'll get ready there, and then I'll go. So he said, fine. So we had lunch and all that, nicely, chit-chatting, and I went inside the changing room, I got myself well-dressed, makeup, hair, all done, and I come out and I'm looking at him, and he's looking at me like, talking, he's like, chale? So, and his wife is going all gaga. She's like, my God, you're looking so good. I love this, that, all of that. And I said, thank you. So I asked him, I said, how am I looking? So he's looking at me like this again. I said, what is this, He's like, you kuch alag kiya hai kya? Batao, I will see it. So I said, how am I looking? He said, yeah. I asked him, when did you see me last dressed like this? He's like, no, many years back. I said, hence I asked you, how am I looking? He said, good. But you look good every day. I said, how am I looking today? So he tells me, oh, you're looking amazing. My God. I said, do you know you're such an idiot? And I'm telling you, so this is something else, this is something else, this is something else. I'm wearing them for the first time, and you are seeing me like this after years because I never come to your house dressed like this. Right? But he's like, oh God, can I get an autograph? Let's take a selfie. And I'm like, unbelievable. And we go together to the Lakme Fashion Week, and I'm on the red carpet, and on the red carpet, all of these guys are asking me, so what are you wearing today? We love this outfit. And he's looking at me. I said, exactly. But you need friends like that, who are least bothered, aware, they're funny, they're stupid, but they're yours. Which is the most important thing. And then he's telling me, they asked you, no, the media asked you, what are you wearing? उनको पता है तुमने क्या पहना है, मुझे कैसे पता होगा? I'm a banker. I'm like, अच्छा बुरा तो समझ में आता है ना, अच्छे लग रहे हो बुरे, तो I said अच्छे लग रहे हो, I said उतना ही. So friends is important. This is a very, very important thing that you need for work-life balance. Keep that in mind, because your friend circle defines the person that you become. If you wish to, well, especially when you go ahead, if you wish to have great amount of success in life, you will need to have friends who make you also feel uncomfortable with the success that they have. When you are with people who are very successful and they're still your friends, you will have to work hard. You will feel that I need to do this. I need to do this. They're all doing so well. And that effort will fuel you into becoming better. Which is why I said, your company defines who you become. So if you are with people who are just lazy bunch of people, who have no ambitions, nothing in life, complacent, you will stay like that. And even if you're not, you're very fired up, congratulations, you are going to become like that. So if you don't want to, choose your friends correctly. Very important thing of work-life balance. Rest, of course, I've told you about hobbies, me time, all of that gets connected here. And then we come to the last point. Point number 10 is gratitude. 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 You know, it's very, very important to have gratitude for what you already have if you really wish to attract something better. And that thank you should be the most used word in your dictionary. That thank you is not just to somebody who's doing well for you. That thank you could be for your parents who let you do what you wanted to do. That thank you could be for the house you live in because you are able to live in there. It's for the food that you eat because nobody else gets that kind of food. There are people like that. It is for the friends you have. It's for the life you live, where you have so much of joy around you. Everything is worth being thankful for. Having that sense of gratitude towards every single thing. Very important. You know, when you are out on a very sunny day, you're really thirsty, you're out, and somebody gives you a glass of water, and the first few sips, how do you feel? It makes you feel so alive. Have gratitude for the person who gave you that water. Also have gratitude for the water, because it is making you feel like that. This attitude of gratitude bolte hain isko. When you have that, you will multiply everything that's coming towards you. Because in the law of attraction, or in spiritual science, we say that whatever that you focus on becomes bigger. Whatever that you focus on becomes bigger. You focus on shit becomes bigger. You focus on the flowers become bigger. You focus on dreams become bigger. You focus on your gratitude, you will have more things that you will have gratitude about. And believe me, that feeling is amazing. When you feel that, thank you so much that you've given me so much. And that thank you could be to the universe, it could be to God, it could be anything that you feel is above you that you pray to. So have that feeling of gratitude. what I find is very interesting with your class, for an example, is when I was in college, I never had speakers like me coming to my college. I wish I had. I wish I had someone who would have told me 10 life skills to be mastered. I learned it the hard way. I learned it on my own. You know, you've got it served in a platter, right? So there has to be the gratitude for the session, to the college, to the people who decided to call me, towards me of course, and towards yourself as well, that you are here physically and mentally enjoying this. It has changed you in certain way, and whatever that you've taken is going to change the rest of your life. That gratitude is important. This gratitude will take you places, trust me. Because when you feel that you already have something with you, when you get more, you feel amazing. Or if you don't get anything at all, you still feel good because you already have something. Understand that? Got it? So these are my 10 life skills that I wanted to share with you. Grooming, education, communication skills, physical fitness, mental fitness, discipline, self-analysis, professionalism, work-life balance, and gratitude. Any questions anybody wants to ask me on this, please go ahead. Anything that you didn't understand or you felt, why is this required? I don't think this should be there. No questions. When there are no questions, I get two things. Either it was so boring that you didn't understand anything at all, or you've loved it so much that you have no questions at all. Pick one, I'll get the vibes.
How can you stop?
Huh?
How can you stop overthinking?
How can you stop overthinking? I think self-analysis will really help you on that. Especially if you're able to pick up some exercises that help you how to focus on one thing. One of them I do always is reading. Once you start reading, it helps you completely be able to focus on what are you reading. Even if you read maybe 5 minutes a day, maybe 5 pages,
If you are not able to focus,
you will have to do it. Because you should understand what are you reading. Keep every distraction away and focus on that. Or even better, you can even simpler, start something physical exercises. Could be a workout, could be playing a game, play tennis, cricket, whatever. It really helps you. Really helps you. And if you really feel that you're overthinking just too much, start writing it down, whatever comes to your head. Especially in the morning and evening. Write it down. Anybody else?
Confidence, communication. Communicate करने confidence नहीं है.
See, तो
मराठी बोलतो.
हो.
तर मराठी तो हिंदी असं बोलतो. पण इंग्लिश बोलताना म्हणजे कॉन्फिडन्स नाही एवढा. ते आपलं चुकल काय करा.
ठीक है, तो इसका जवाब मैं हिंदी में दूंगा ताकि एवरीबडी अंडरस्टैंड्स इट. कॉन्फिडेंस आता है नॉलेज में से. ठीक है, अगर आपके पास नॉलेज है, मतलब ज्ञान आपके पास अगर है, तो इट इज़ ऑलवेज ईजी टू शेयर इट विद पीपल. सेकेंड थिंग, जब आप कोई नई चीज़ सीख रहे होते हैं तो अपने आसपास के लोगों को, खास करके दोस्तों को, ये बता के रखना चाहिए कि मैं इस चीज़ को बेटर करने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ. आई वॉन्ट यू टू हेल्प मी इन दिस. ठीक है, विच इज़ वॉट आई डिड वेन आई केम बॅक टू इंडिया. मला मराठी बोलता यायचं नाही. आता मी अस्खलित शुद्ध पुणेरी मराठी बोलतो. ठीक है. आई यूज्ड टू टेल माई फ्रेंड्स आई वांट टू स्पीक इन मराठी. मैं आपके साथ मराठी में बात करूंगा और आपको जो भी मेरी गलतियां लगती हैं आप मुझे बताओ. आई विल इम्प्रूव इट. सो आई यूज्ड टू डू दैट. दूसरी चीज़ जो मैंने शुरू की थी, मैं बहुत सारा मराठी सुनता था क्योंकि मुझे पढ़ना नहीं आता था. तुम्हें तो इंग्लिश पढ़ना भी आता होगा, आई एम श्योर ऑफ दैट. तो आई यूज्ड टू सिट एट होम एंड आई वुड टेल माई मॉम और somebody else to read out newspapers to me. पढ़ने के लिए कि मराठी में क्या होता है, ग्रामर क्या है, कहाँ कौन सी शब्द के बाद क्या आएगा. This can also be done with English for that matter. That's why I'm telling it to you. Start reading newspapers. उसमें से दो चीज़ें होंगी कि एक तो आपको अपडेटेड रहने में मदद होगी बिकॉज यू गेट द न्यूज़. सेकेंडली, इंग्लिश न्यूज़पेपर्स, आई वुड से टाइम्स ऑफ इंडिया, हैज़ द मोस्ट अमेजिंग इंग्लिश यू कैन एवर फाइंड. और जितना तुम पढ़ोगे और फिर लोगों के साथ बात करने की कोशिश करोगे, प्रैक्टिस के साथ ही वो आएगा. बट यू विल हैव टू प्रैक्टिस. इस कॉम्प्लेक्स में तुम नहीं रह सकते कि मैं शायद मराठी मीडियम में था या मैं एक छोटे गांव से आता हूं तो मुझे वहाँ पे इंग्लिश बोलने की कभी ज़रूरत नहीं पड़ी, यहाँ पढ़ रही है. ठीक है, पॉजिटिवली खुद को देखो कि तुम कितना चेंज लाने की कोशिश कर रहे हो खुद में. और वर्स्ट सिचुएशन, अगर तुम्हें लगता है कि फिर भी नहीं हो रहा है, ज्वाइन अ इंग्लिश स्पीकिंग क्लास. सिंपल. बट इंग्लिश के बगैर आज कुछ नहीं हो सकता. अंडरस्टैंड दैट. Wherever you go in the world, it is a language which is spoken by 99.7% people in the world. Understand that? तो कुछ नहीं कर सकते. तो जैसे आपको भाषा आएगी, ऑटोमेटिकली यू विल नो इसे कम्युनिकेट कैसे करना है. और ऐसे दोस्तों के साथ बातें करो कि जिनकी इंग्लिश अच्छी है, ये बता के कि मैं प्रैक्टिस कर रहा हूँ, तो मेरी गलतियों पे हंसो मत. ठीक है, मुझे बताओ कि मैंने क्या गलत किया, एंड देन ट्राई टू इन्वॉल्व दैट into yourself. Got it? Anybody else? Yeah?
Why it becomes difficult to communicate after being in some kind of bad trip?
Please be silent. Why it becomes difficult to communicate after being in a bad trip? Like please define a bad
rough
trip.
phase of your life, and then it becomes so difficult to communicate around
See, which is the reason why I gave you this very important, I think, hack, which is self-analysis and me time. You know, the more me time you give yourself to understand what has gone wrong, you will be able to come out with answers. Beyond that, like I said in mental fitness as well, talk about it to people that you trust. Okay? Just talk about it to them and tell them that whatever that you're feeling, I don't want to listen to it right now. Whatever that you feel, आप मुझे बाद में बताओ, but मैं ये शेयर करना चाहती थी आपके साथ कि आपको ये चीज़ पता चले कि ये हुआ है. That's about it. And last thing, like I said, start writing down the things that you want to get over with. Write them down, destroy it. Write them down, destroy it. I'm not kidding you. Try doing this 4-5 days, you'll be out of it. It really works. I mean, I have literally come over such big things, including death in the family. That's something that can really make you feel ruined. Writing it down, letting it go. It just gets out of your head slowly. धीरे धीरे जाएगा, लेकिन जाएगा. And to keep yourself engaged in a nice way, develop a hobby. Because that's spending time doing something that you really like doing. Very important thing. Got it? But don't bottle up yourself. Talk. Express it. Anybody else? Nobody else? Done? Okay, that's it. Thank you so much. And if you wish to, even after the session is over, if you wish to ask me anything, because maybe you're in front of the class, so you don't feel like asking me. If you feel like asking me later, you can reach me out on Instagram. Abhyang_official is how I am on Instagram. You will find me there. Feel free, message करके मुझे बस message में ये लिखिए, लेकिन that I have met you at the DPU, so that I will make sure to respond to that. Because otherwise there are hundreds of messages every which I don't even see. But when I read yours, I will reply to it if there's something that you wish to ask me. Abhyang_official on Instagram. Got it? Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for your precious time and such a knowledgeable lesson. I'm sure their tips and lessons will always stay with us, with the newcomers, as they have been with us. It is very important to understand the amount of efforts it takes to make ourselves better each day. We would like to take a quick picture with you as a group photo. So guys, please stay in the same place. I mean, you can come in the middle.
the center.
Yeah.
And how are you going to keep the picture? Thank you. See you soon.
So back to